And from where can we start? Now, every journey has somewhere a start point, right? So if we want to have a good personality, from where can we start? Earlier, the generations, a few years back, every generation used to have their grandparents or someone along with them. So these grandparents every day has the habit of storytelling to their grandchildren. Now, from where this storytelling starts? And storytelling starts with the moral values. It's like once upon a time there was a king. Like when the story starts like that, the story forwards, and at some point, the grandchild who is listening to the story understands that the king has some leadership qualities. He takes the responsibility of the people who are dependent on him. So how does he fight? How does he take the representation? How does some point he gets a dilemma that what is right and what is wrong? Then from where does he find a resource to explore that what is right? From where does he draw his support system? What is like in some stories, they have a minister who will approach them and just give them a clue of problem solving. So critical thinking, problem solving, these are all included in the basic childhood stories. Okay, times have changed, and maybe everyone has not this great privilege of listening to the stories in their childhood and growing, but yet we have also developed different sources. We had these textbooks that are having good moral story. We have this moral science classes. We had this different competitions held in our school. Some other competitions are like sometimes we had these functions, school functions, where every time there is a drama, there is an act that is happening, and we are trying to learn something from others. So if we want to learn, there is always a resource. There is always a resource. If you want to draw something, there is always a point where you can start fulfilling your thirst. So let us also, as a little grown-ups, now you people are all students, graduating students. So it's not like a small children that I narrate your story and I tell that, okay, what is the moral of the story? Now come on, what have you learned out of this one? So as you are not those small children, I will just tell you from where can you start practically, where can you start towards your development, personality development. So you can start with setting your goals. SMART goals. I think every one of you would have already heard about this several number of times. SMART goals. Goal is not just enough. You should have a specific goal. You should have a measurable goal. You should have an achievable goal. You should have a goal that has a reason, that has a purpose, and that should be time bounded. Right? You should not just now sit. I sit here and I just think that I have to be the president of USA. So having a great positive thought is okay, but yet how is it possible? Having a goal is different, but is it just a desire or a goal? Is it just a desire or is just a want or a goal? What differentiates is there a practical connecting route map between you and your goal or not? So if you have a proper, practically achievable connecting route map with all the milestones that you can check in between, that how far have you traveled and still how far you have to travel. If you can have these measurable things between you and your want or desire, then if you have this clarity, if you have this route map, then your desire or want is turned into a goal. If you don't find any such connecting things, then it is just a desire, it's just a want. I can just sleep and have a good dream that I am the president of US. I can be happy in my dream because I should have a proper route map. Right? Now I should have enough time, energy, all the opportunities, all the resources to become that one. What are the basic things that are needed for me to become a president of some other country? Do I have that one? So these are the questions that I have to put to draw my route map, and then I can decide whether that something is an achievable thing or not. So whenever you have the goals, have SMART goals. There is some courage needed. There is there should be something out of the way thinking yet, but there should at least be a possibility that you can just carve your own path. At least that possibility must be there. So set your SMART goals and then try to draw the route map for that one. So whenever we say route map, what is it? Sitting here, can I know that what is the route map of Calcutta? Sitting here, can I say that where I have to take the right turn, where I have to take the left turn once I go on to the outer ring road, and to reach Calcutta, where I have to take the right turn, where I have to take the left turn? Can I have all this information sitting here in my room? No, route map is not like knowing each and every detail before you reach there. No, it's not like that. But at least I should have a plan that what are the number of hours that will take me to Calcutta, what is my comfortable mode of transport, can I afford, what is my affordability, and how much time will it take, who will drive me, who will come along with me, what will I do after reaching Calcutta. What will I do? What is my motto? What is the purpose of reaching Calcutta? This is what, if I can just think and make a plan about, that is what basic route map. Otherwise, I just want to go to Calcutta. I have some money in my pocket and I just want to go to Calcutta. I went to Calcutta. After going to Calcutta, what to do? I don't know. Then again, return back to Hyderabad. That's all, because I don't know what to do in Calcutta. So that is not how things will work, right? There should be a purpose of what you are doing and why you are doing, how you are doing. And when we do that one, identify your strengths, weaknesses. SWOT analysis is again the very, very, very good and at basic things of our analyzing skills about ourselves. SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. What are your strengths? What are your strengths? You may be very good. You may have very good stage presence. You may have very fast relations with people whom you don't know, but yet you can just approach someone and talk, have a conversation. You may learn faster. You may be that person who can just take a book, read, and understand what are the things in that one very clearly in the one go. You may be a person who has great listening skills. Someone talks to you, it's not just hearing, you are listening to them, understanding it, and you are able to synthesize your thought process. You may be someone like that. You may have good drawing skills, you may be having good academic skills, you may be having good physical strength, and you may be a wonderful sports person. So what are your strengths? What are your strengths? At the same time, what are your weaknesses? Every strength has this shadow of weakness. Everyone. So we cannot say that I am only a strong person. I'll make my strength more stronger that I can overcome the weaknesses. No. Things will not work like that. We all have to work on our strengths, definitely, to make us more stronger. But yet we have to work on overcoming our weaknesses also. So just focusing only on our strengths will not make us free from our weaknesses. So that is why we have to be very, very careful. See, let me just give a very regular example that someone has a fear of flying in airplane, but they have excelled in swimming. So they have just got wonderful medals at district level, school level, college level, state level, and things. They have got a wonderful chance to participate in some Asian Games or Olympics or something, and they just don't want to fly because they fear for moving to new places or completely new country or somewhere, or they fear for going alone without the assistance of some other person who have been assisting them all the way in the country and everywhere. If they have to go alone because of some reasons, someone cannot assist them. So these are like your weakness, your dependability, emotional dependency, and moral dependency, physical dependency on some other person. What happens if they have excelled in their own thing, but yet they are not ready to travel to that place because of their fears, because of their dependency? Is it right? Then acquiring such a huge strength is not enough. So that is how we should know at least what are our weaknesses, and when we know the weaknesses, we have to find out what are the opportunities that we can overcome these weaknesses. What are the ways that I can overcome these weaknesses? And once we start working on overcoming our weaknesses, then we will realize a lot of other things that will come on our way, which will stop us from working on these weaknesses. someone found that their health is not so good. No, they earlier they know that exercising every day will keep them healthy. They know that, but their weakness is that they cannot get early, or they cannot take time for them for their physical health. Okay, so that is what they found their weakness. Now they want to work on that weakness. They started, they joined yoga classes, or they joined a gym or something. Now when once they start, they wanted to work on that one. Okay, they get the alarm, they want to get up early, but every day when they are getting up early, again they are finding themselves to fall asleep back. Or the time that allowed them in their busy schedule, the time they had to go to the gym is only in the early hours. Now early hours, when they started going there, when they started going in the darkness, some every day they might have faced some problem, that because of the darkness, because of the distance, because of something or other, our transport may be the problem. That is how we will again realize that some other hurdles coming in our way. But as we progress, as we start working on these hurdles, only then we will be able to understand that how can we excel in something. That is what the true personality development means. And just get an idea about your core skills and that you need to develop. What are your core skills? Because once you set your goals, it is very important about my core skills, because we see now a lot of people are very much fantasized with the corporate world. Everyone wants to get a corporate job. Just they are fascinated with those glass doors, AC rooms, a lot of good people talking in English, having clean long floors, free coffee, everything. So something they fantasize everything, and then on site they see their friends or seniors going on site, getting pictures from US or Canada or something. So they want to get into a corporate job only because they want to go to on site and enjoy the living in foreign countries, and they just want to enjoy that. That's a good thing, very good. If you have set your goal regarding that one, that's a very good thing. But have you acquired the needed skills for it or not? Have you excelled in your core skills or not? Just having a dream to go to US will not make you a good software engineer. Your core skills, your ability. Now, when you are in a company, when you are in a team, you will be competing with at least 10 to 15 members of 15 other team members who will be again aspiring the same, who may be dreaming about the same, who may be working on the same dream for more years than you. Then how, or what is the possibility, what is the probability of you being picked for the same thing? Now, what makes the difference? There, your knowledge about your core skills will make the difference. So when you are working on your core skills, only then that will make you an expert in your own field, and that makes you to be chosen among a crowd. And grab every opportunity to learn and enhance. A lot of students are just happy with the college they go, with the tuition center they go, or with the books they read. When someone suggests them that, why don't you do this also, this will help you, this will compensate you with this knowledge, or while being a student also take up the internship in the holidays or something, just work as a junior to some other professional, they say that, not now, let me see later, because I already have a lot of schedules and other things, I don't want to do it. So when there are a lot of people who don't grab the opportunity. Now imagine that you have your theoretical skills, and again you have the practical skills also, that makes your growth more faster. You can grow faster in double and triple times as compared to others. So learn every possible way. Grab every possible way to learn something. Let it be a temporary thing, let it be a long running thing, but take up the opportunity to learn something. To track your growth when you are going to, just don't go blindly because your friend has told that, or someone other is doing that one. Just observe, track your growth, because as we grow, as we move forward, then we realize a lot of things around us. Because sometimes we may encounter with some problems that are undesirable, unwanted, or maybe creating a hurdle in our own growth. Sometimes we may choose some things that will hurdle our own growth. So always have analyzed, think about the good and bad things, repercussions, reflections on whatever we do and whatever we think. reviewing and revising is something very, very, very important. You would have seen the stories of all these kings and others, where everyone has a secret agent group that will, every king has his team of members who will make the team to go among people in a disguised form, and just trying to know that what is their feedback about the style of ruling of this king. That will make the king to understand what is the pulse of his people in his kingdom. According to that, he can better himself, the way, the policies that he take, or the grants that he is giving, the way he is treating people. Maybe one section of people are very satisfactory, whereas other section of people may be finding it difficult. Maybe for some section of people, the king is not accessible at all. Then how will the king know about the people in his kingdom? So this reviewing and revising the plans, having an evaluation process is right from early ages for us. Now even we see, for every small and big thing also, we take the feedback forms, right? Whatever we buy, they just ask you to write back our feedback. Right? Even the smallest thing, that you have ordered a pizza, the person has delivered you immediately, you are asked to give the feedback about your experience, right? So why does an app that is doing already a business in a crores turnover is yet want to know the feedback from the customer? Because that's a beautiful thing, right? You may repeat your order or not, you may not you may repeat your order, you may not repeat your order, you may be using the same app, or you may not be using the same, but yet for every delivery, everything, they just want to know that how do you feel. So that is what taking the feedback, review. If something went wrong, they should know that what has gone wrong, and they have to work on it. That is how every person, every organization, every company does work continuously on improvement. So same way, we are also a system on ourselves. Let us review and revise. What was I 1 year back? What was I 5 years back? How did I think about people 5 years back? How did I receive my friends or my elders 5 years back? How did I treat my professors? How did I treat my academicians 5 years back? What am I doing now? What is my way of treating them now? This is how we should always analyze ourselves.